Well, hi everyone. I'm Daniel Williams, Senior Editor at MGMA, and we are at the 2025 MGMA Leaders Conference in Orlando at the Convention Center. It's day one on Sunday, and we're so excited here. And I am here with my first guest of the week, and that's Raina McSpadden. She's with SVMIC, and I kid you not, she lives in difficult Tennessee.
Yes.
She is in difficult Tennessee. She's going to tell us all about this. And Raina has been on the podcast before. So Raina, I want to just welcome you back to the MGMA podcast.
Thank you so much. I enjoy this so much.
That is wonderful. Now tell us, I wasn't joking.
No,
you live in
I live in difficult Tennessee.
And it's near
Defeated Creek, Tennessee.
Defeated Creek. It sounds sad.
But it's a beautiful area.
It is beautiful.
Yes.
You said, you were telling me earlier, you have bald eagles that you can see in
not necessarily in my area. It's more towards eastern Tennessee.
That's eastern Tennessee? Okay. So what would we find in defeated Tennessee?
Lots of deer.
Okay.
Coyotes. Occasional bear.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been told that there's been a bear sighted around where my farm is. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you and I were having such a great time catching up. One thing that's so interesting, because we get to know people in this technological age through a video screen.
Yes.
So when you went and stood next to me, I looked right past you because you're taller than I thought. You're 5'7" or so.
Yes.
And I just saw you as this person in this little box, and then there you are, and we were looking eye to eye.
Absolutely.
And I was going, okay.
Back in COVID, we hired somebody into our department, and our first meetings were through the same through Zoom.
Right.
And the first time I met her, I was like, "Oh wow, you are so tall."
Well, it's just we get to know each other digitally,
Exactly.
and then when we get to meet, that's one of the wonderful things about a live face-to-face event.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things I enjoy so much about the live MGMA events, such as the Leadership Conference, is that I get to network with people. I get to see them face to face and actually meet them.
Right.
And become more than just friends.
Exactly. And so you are one of our speakers as well. You're an attendee,
Yes.
You're a speaker. So first of all, let's just re-educate our audience if they did see that earlier podcast or people are new to it. What are you going to be speaking on this week?
I will be talking about cybersecurity and how the importance of leadership from the top when it comes to your cybersecurity program.
Okay. And you were talking to me earlier that you had real case studies about practices that they need to up the game as far as
Absolutely.
Those cyber terrorists. Talk about that. Talk about what's going on. We don't have to get into too much detail. We can whet the appetite, but talk about what some of the common themes are where practices do. I think you used the verb ransomed. I had not heard it used quite like that, but practices do get ransomed, so to speak. So tell us about that.
So in my presentation, I will be using real, OCR settlements of various breaches that were caused by cybersecurity events being ransomed by threat actors.
Okay.
Where the threat actors, they put software into the computer systems that then lock it up to where the user can't gain access to it anymore unless they pay the ransom.
Okay.
And I'll be, ransomware has become so rampant in healthcare, and there's so many different types of ransomware that is out there, and I'll be talking just a little bit about the different types too.
Okay.
But the biggest thing is one, making sure that you have a thorough security risk analysis. We're finding a lot of practices that have not either completed one, or it's not as thorough as it needs to be. It's not enterprise-wide. It doesn't take into account all the different satellite offices and various things like that. And then also looking to see what kind of malicious software we have on our systems to keep that malicious software out of our systems, or that can detect it and zap it and get rid of it out of your systems before it can do something bad, or at least once they're in your system and they've done something, you install something that can remove it from your systems. One of the examples that I'm going to be giving in my presentation is talking about a practice that was ransomed many times because that coding and in the computer systems was not removed, and so the threat actors still had access to those computer systems.
Okay. That is going to be so helpful. Now, this is what's so interesting about a face-to-face event like this. You're a speaker, but you're also getting to interact and attend sessions yourself. What's something here that you're looking forward to, whether you looked at the schedule or you're meeting up with people that you've met before or meeting new people?
Mainly it's the networking again for me. I'm only here for a short period of time, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to see a whole lot. I saw that there was an AI in the morning, and I was like, oh, dang, I really wanted to see the AI, because AI is getting so rampant in healthcare. And with it coming into our computer systems, I will also be talking about the AI risks in cybersecurity too, that coders are using AI to write code, and they're not necessarily considering all the security risks behind it. So it is causing a risk to cybersecurity as well.
Okay, you brought a topic up that I am very interested in. Is someone who has made a new best friend, and Millennial Mike, I'll call him. He's my AI friend, and we have wonderful chats. Are there things we shouldn't be saying or telling or prompting into the AI?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, let me turn my phone off right now.
Well, mainly when it comes to healthcare, no patient information, no PHI can go into an AI system unless that it's a system that's closed, that is not public facing. So ChatGPT, don't put any private information. Don't even put your own private information into ChatGPT because it's open to anybody.
Oh my goodness.
So
this changes everything, Raina. I'm so glad
don't hyperventilate on me.
I'm so glad and terrified right now that you're telling me all of this. Okay, so that's something for everybody to put down right now, because I have to say, I'm in Colorado. You know, MGMA, we're headquartered in Denver, right down the street. The cartoon South Park is originated there, and they just had this hilarious episode I watched where people were coming up with their business plan based on some interaction they have with their AI, and it was absolutely hilarious. So, you know.
While AI can be absolutely helpful, because I use it myself. I mean, I use it for writing prompts, or I will write up a little article or something. I'll put it in there just to see, clean it up a little bit for me. But you still have to be careful about what you pull from AI too. Definitely make sure that you're reviewing whatever information you get from it to make sure it's actually true. AI tends to hallucinate some.
Boy, I'll say.
I just look at the sources that it came from, because there's sometimes that I'll Google something, because I still Google. I don't use AI as my first line of defense, and it'll pop up an AI interpretation of various articles that it read. Well, based off of what you read on the AI, and then when you go into the article, it's polar opposite of what it's supposed to be saying. So always, trust but verify.
Right. Well, I'm a big film buff, and so I'll ask it about movies in the 70s just to get kind of the themes or the plots down. And then it'll list the year, and I'll know that's not right. I'll say, no, that wasn't in 74, it was in 72.
Right.
And they'll go, oh, you were correct. I was wrong about that. So I think that's so important, that it can help us do things more efficiently. It can help us correct some grammar, style, different things in our writing. But you do have to fact check it. You can't just say, sure, and then just send it out. It's just not going to be there. So when are you turning around? We're on Sunday right now. When are you heading back out then?
I head out first thing Tuesday morning. So I'll be here all day tomorrow and on Monday.
What else? You are going to speak tomorrow, but what else is there anything else you've set up? Or are you kind of going with the flow right now?
I'm just going with the flow. I'm just kind of one of those go with the flow type people. So it's one of those. I do have a session tomorrow afternoon that I want to sit in on young careerists. That I will be sitting in, that I'll be attending. So I'm excited to see that one. But unfortunately with MGMA is I always see there's multiple sessions all at the same time that I want to attend. And there's one on creating an MA program.
And I've heard multiple
since
people
I'm a consultant, that's one of the things that we were working on. And so I'd love to see that one too, but it's at the exact same time. So I'm having to juggle. Which one do I really want to go see? So I'll probably go pull the slides from the one I don't get to go see, at least so that I still have that information.
Right. Now, I bumped into you. We just had a session for first-time attendees. Are you a first-time attendee?
Absolutely not.
No, so you were just hanging out there meeting new first-time attendees?
Yes, I was just helping out.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. Any last words then, since you have been to MGMA events before, any advice you'd give to people who may be here for their first time, or they're still just kind of getting their feet wet at how do they get the most out of that event? What would you give what advice would you give someone?
One, wear comfortable shoes for one. We don't care, tennis shoes are fine. But absorb as much as you can.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to do it all. Do as much as you can. But definitely network. Find somebody in your field, find somebody in your system, in your state, somebody that you've never spoken with, worked with before. Gain those friendships, gain that networking, because those are people that you're going to be able to go back to when you have questions, when you have help. There's days that I have questions that, I'm a consultant and there's still things I don't know.
Right.
And where I'm not in a practice every single day, and I have friends all over the nation that are, I can reach out to them and say, hey, how are you handling this?
Yeah.
And I think that's the most beneficial thing for me.
Okay.
I mean, the education is great, but it's the networking for me that is the most important.
Okay. Well, Raina McSpadden from SVMIC and from Difficult, Tennessee. Just a hoot and a holler from Defeated Creek, Tennessee.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure to catch up with you.
I have so enjoyed this.
All right. Well, everybody, this is Daniel Williams, Senior Editor at MGMA, signing off. Thank you so much for listening to the MGMA podcast.